All right, Fit Family, this is another video on some helpful nutrition tips just to help you with your goals and making sure that you know exactly what you can do to reach those goals and to make sure we are eating healthy. So today we're going to talk about protein. Now I know a lot of huge talk on protein and how important it is. So we're going to cover those basics of why it's so important and actually give you some options and ideas to get that protein into your diet every single day. So protein, our body breaks down the protein into amino acids. These are essential because our body doesn't make them on their own. So we have to get it from our food. So amino acids are the basic building blocks for muscle, so repair, for building, recovery, but there's also a lot of other things that protein does and is helpful for us. So it actually helps with immune function, it helps with the hormone synthesis, it helps with movement, it helps with chemical reactions. So there's a lot of different things that protein actually does for us in our body. But another really key thing that protein is so important is it's thermogenic. And what does that mean? Well, that means basically that our body takes more energy to break it down and to utilize than it does other types of foods. So our body can break down carbs a lot faster and easier than it does protein. So for example, if we were to eat 100 grams of protein, or 100 calories, it may take 20, 25 calories for us to burn or process and digest that food. So maybe we're actually only getting 75 calories, if that makes sense. So thermogenic just means our body takes longer and more energy to break it down. But protein also helps us feel, more full. We eat more protein, our body's going to feel more satiated. So there's a lot of good benefits of protein. Basically, how much protein should you be getting? A good rule of thumb, there's a lot of different data out there that shows how much you should be getting a day. But a good rule of thumb is basically if you take how much you weigh and if you times it by 0.6, that gives you a good number that you should shoot for. Now, for some people that might be low, and for anybody, especially for women, I would not go less than 100 grams of protein per day. So the biggest thing is making sure that you're getting enough protein. And so whether you have 80 grams in one day, the biggest thing is just being aware and say, hey, I'm gonna have a little bit more protein the next day. So try to up your protein. That's my challenge for you this upcoming week, is to up your protein, see if you can notice a difference and see if you get better results. So there you go. Let's give you some ideas of how to get that protein in. So if we're trying to shoot for a little, more than 100 grams a day, women, depending on your goals and what you really want to accomplish, you should even be maybe in the 120, 130, 140 range. So it just kind of depends on your goals, how much you weigh, and things like that. So obviously males are going to have a lot more. Males, you're going to probably be in the 150 to 180 range. So that just kind of gives you an idea of kind of what you should be shooting for. But let's go over some options of how to get that protein in. So here's a couple of lists of protein. So eggs, I put a star by eggs because eggs are actually one of the best types of protein your body can have. So there's lots of different ways to cook eggs. Try to find something that fits for you, but something that we've used a trick at our house is to hard boil some eggs. That way they're all ready to go and you can have them in salads, you can have them in sandwiches, you can just add them to things and they're already good. You can just add a little bit of salt and you can just eat them as a snack. So we're big on making a lot of things, having it in the fridge, and then pulling it out and just being able to eat it when you are ready to do that. So have that available, have your environment set up for success, right? That's huge, your environment for success. Chicken breast, obviously we all know that, that's really good. Lean beef is an excellent source of protein. Obviously we don't want to have that all the time, but it's a good thing to have. Turkey breast, fish, I love tuna, I love salmon. All those things are really good protein sources. Shrimp is also another one. Protein powder. So let's talk about protein powder. I, for one, love protein powder for a couple of reasons. Number one, it boosts your protein intake. So a lot of protein shakes have like 20 grams, maybe 24 grams, 25 grams of protein. So that boosts your protein intake. Plus it's fast and easy. So I am big on protein shakes. Greek yogurt is also a really good source. Cottage cheese, And milk, there's if you ever tried Fairlife milk, they actually filter it, and you don't have as much carbs as you do regular milk, and so what's left is some good protein. So Fairlife, there's also a brand called Carb Master that is sold in Smith's that is also a really good form of milk that can come in like chocolate and vanilla. So these are some great options. Now we do have some vegetarian options, and a lot of times we also, even if we're not vegetarian, these are other good sources of protein that our body needs and that our body can get. So we have lentils, quinoa, beans, pumpkin seeds are awesome, very packed with protein. Chickpeas, oats, obviously any kind of nuts, butter. Now keep in mind with like peanut butter, almond butter, or nuts just in general, they do have protein, yes, but they also have more fat. So obviously you gotta watch. If your fat content's already high, this is gonna push you over, because how many calories are in 1 gram of fat? Remember that? It's 9. So yes, peanut butter and nuts have protein in them, but they have a lot more fat. So if you're on low on fat, this is great because your body needs that healthy fat. It gives you a little bit of protein. But if you're high on fat and you have a lot of nuts, that's going to really push you over the edge because your calories are going to go through the roof. Okay, so keep that in mind. Spinach, veggie patties. We love Morningstar patties, are really great. Good source of protein. They're all vegetarian. Good idea. Chia seeds, broccoli, cauliflower. A lot of veggies actually do have protein in it. So these are some vegetarian ideas and some regular protein ideas. But the biggest thing is just to prepare ahead of time. Get your environment set it up for success. Okay. So for snacks, a good snack would be maybe some Triscuits in tuna, right? You can dip that in, maybe have a little bit of avocado mayo, which is a lot more healthier. I also have done tuna where you kind of fry it up, and it's actually pretty good. It just changes it up a little bit. Add salsa to things. Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, add fruit. You can put protein powder in like pancakes. Kodiak pancakes are actually excellent, great source of whole grain. They have protein in them. You can add more protein in them if you add protein powder and milk and eggs. So that pancake can be packed full of protein. You can also add protein powder to Greek yogurt. So some things you can do to make sure you up that protein. And obviously we want stuff that's convenient, that's fast, and that tastes good. So kind of find out what works best for you, but have some stuff ready and some go-to meals. I suggest a go-to snack and a go-to meal, and always have that in your fridge, in your kitchen, so you can always go and grab it if you run into problems. The things where we really screw up is when we're starving and we have nothing to eat. We're just going to grab whatever, right? So set yourself up for success, right? I'm going to show you another thing that I really like, and obviously there's little tips to increase your protein. A lot of whole wheat breads actually have like 5 grams of protein in each slice. So if you have 2 slices, you get some good lunch meat in there. That's going to increase your protein as well. Maybe you have a whole wheat bread toast with maybe some eggs and some avocados. That's a great breakfast. That's going to set you up for success for the beginning of the day. But the key is to kind of add those things in there that just increase that protein. So one of the things we have here at FitBody is called Perk. This one's chill, so that means you can have it at night. We have Perk Energy that you can have in the morning. This is something that you can have at night because it helps aid with sleep. Has collagen, and the protein content is 6 grams. So obviously not a ton, but you can have a great cup of, if you like chocolate and if you like mint chocolate, this is a great thing to have like at night. And that gives you just a little bit more protein. So, 6 grams, it definitely adds up throughout the day. So I hope this kind of helps. The biggest thing, with like beans, you can make an awesome chili, especially this time of year when it's cold. You can have that as a snack. You can have it for breakfast. Yeah, have some chili for breakfast. For your lunch or dinner, whatever works best for you. But the biggest thing is, like I said before, prepare ahead of time so you know what you can eat and have it ready for you, okay? Protein bars are also good. There's some good ones out there like Lara bars. And there's some other ones that are G2G, good to go, I think. Those are also some pretty good protein bars. those are great to have just to get that extra protein in a snack on the go. But keep in mind, even with protein powder or shakes and protein bars, they're already processed in a way. They're not whole sources of protein, which means they're great, but you don't want to rely on that all the time. I would not recommend having more than like 2 protein shakes a day, or 2 protein bars. You don't want to be hammering those down, because your body is going to be relying on that. But you want to be able to, your body to break that stuff down and make sure your digestive system is working great. Okay, so keep that in mind. But yeah, you can have these as snacks, have them ready to go. So get that protein in. It's going to really help you in your goals and increase that fat loss and get you the results you're looking for. So let us know if you have any questions, and we'll see you in the gym.